Let's get back to racing. It is event number 17. It's the open male 50-metre breaststroke. This is heat number 1.
Take your marks.
In heat number 1, Jeffrey Bishop, David Sheed, Paul Webster, David Proctor, Dorian Woodward, Chris Orchard, Chris Dunn and David Shamp. And let's take a little look at the entry time. I'll do that in just a minute. This will give us a good indication though. David Shamp will be the fastest on paper in lane number 8. And it's 46.19. And then a group of 4 almost together. 49s for Proctor and Orchard, 50s for Woodward and Dunn. And those 4 split by, what's that, less than 1 second. Here comes David Sheed. And then our only male vet 90 in the competition this weekend, Jeffrey Bishop, representing Royal Navy. Well done, Jeffrey. Another swim under your belt, 1:24.76. David Shamp, our first winner of the afternoon session. Heat number 2.
Marks.
Mark and Rainier, David Norwood, Steve Hartley, Timothy O'Brien, Gordon Hillis, Nick Barnard, Ashley Moss and Joel Storey. Once again, lane 8. Joel Storey, 39.65, a nice sub 40. Good start your afternoon, Joel. And Gordon Hillis and Nick Barnard in the central lanes. Just checking that he did win. Yes, you did, Joel. Heat number 3.
Your marks.
Daniel Bromley in lane 1 and Sanjay Mehta, Nick Mellor, Darren Martin, Ben Titchener, Maciej Kikes, Mike Prime and Paul Leone. Maybe a lane 1er. Rarer than Hen's teeth. A lane 1 win, but just beaten by Nick Mellor. By 700, Daniel Bromley second. The top 3 on the far side, 3 lanes. That's new. Heat number 4. Leon Derek Glazov, Richard Valler, Mark Partridge, Sean Turner, Sergio Mirziev, Louis Martin, Simon Griffiths and Stuart Grant. Stuart Grant, third winner from lane 8, 34.12. New fastest time by over 3 seconds in the event, 4 heats down. Heat number 5.
Stand down, sorry. Take your marks.
Heat 5, Andrew Brearley, Sean Friend, Yevgeny Putans, David Bryant, David Kent, Jaco Jacobs, James Angel and Martinus Marks. Almost a dead heat. James Angel and Jaco Jacobs, 400ths separated those guys in 7 and 6. Heat number 6.
Take your marks.
Ethan Harris, Kim Liu, Max Friedman, Matt Rogers, Martin Bennell, Matt Whitaker, Leon Smith and Gregory de Tertra. In 4, Matt Rogers, sub 30 seconds for Matt, the Otter representative, the only man to do so through 6 of 6 heats. Next up we do the same, it's the female 50-metre breaststroke. Event number 18, female 50 breaststroke, heat number 1.
Take your marks.
Heat 1, lane 3, Susan Dewar for Haventon Waterlooville, Sue McDowell for Royal Tunbridge Wells, and Beverly McKenna for Hemel Hempstead. McDowell and McKenna going to the last couple of metres. McDowell just pushed on in the last 10, 59.13, 101 for Beverly. Susan Dewar, 109.96. Well done, ladies. There are 8 heats in total. Heat number 2.
Take your marks.
Sally Lillian, Amanda Doyle, Patricia Teal, Shelley Robinson, Pauline Hogg, Claudine Day, Trixie Nisbet and Christine Goodair. All looking to go sub 60 seconds. Christine looking to go the fastest of the lot. Yellow cap of King's Cormorant. Final year of the Vet 65 category. Looking to start it on a good note, and it is 52.75, cracking swim. Well done, Christine. Second for Pauline, 55.07. Amanda Doyle, half a second back. And fourth, it was third. Trixie Nisbet, 57.29. Heat number 3.
Take your marks.
Helen Barrios, Zena Hassel, Zorica Adams, Gillian Ferguson, Julia Dorr, Shona Faulkner, Steph Prime and Claire Moore. Claire Moore for Bracknell. 49.11, great work. And Claire is the in the most senior age category of all 8 swimmers in heat number 3. Superb work. Heat number 4.
Take your marks.
Vicky Davies, Darren Creasy, Lok Hang Ho, Marina Baccarini, Lisa Mills, Stephanie Kemp, Nicola Wright and Jess Partridge. Stephanie Kemp this time, 43.74, 6 seconds or 5.5 seconds quicker than the fastest before her. Well done, Stephanie. Jess Partridge second, also under 45 seconds. Heat number 5.
Take your marks.
Caroline Jubb, Lucy Young, Sarah Mercer, Victoria Avery, Eloise Trevis, Anna Hamilton, Sarah Brainwood and Laura Cook. Fastest through halfway in 3, Sarah Mercer. In fact, in 1, Caroline Jubb. Having a wonderful second 25 metres and she'll take this win. Third win of the weekend from lane 1 for Caroline Jubb. Excellent, 41.07. Storming through. Sarah Mercer and Laura Cook second and third. Heat number 6.
Take your marks.
Eleanor Matthews, Jodie Cox, Fiona Wiggins, Amanda Heath, Natalia Gadorenko, Esther Seppi, Crystal Brannett and Bethany Fern.
But there were 3 of you in there in your lane. Oh, really? Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
That's all right, my darling. You did good.
From lane 1 to lane 8, the winners this time. 41.89, not quite as quick as heat number 5. It was a winning time for Bethany,
Oh, Esther was in that one.
the Beachfield representative. 2 more heats to come in this event. This is heat number 7. Heat number 7.
Take your marks.
Karen Gengen, Rachel Thomas, Louise Brass, Anne-Marie Adams, Tamani Djurma, Jay Weston, Joe Seymour and Lindsay Wright. Looks like Joe Seymour, yes, 39.72, first woman under 40 seconds, along with Jay Weston. Tamani just outside. Heat number 8.
Take your marks.
Final heat, so keep your eyes on down the middle. Rhiannon Elston, Emma Eads, Carla King, Georgina Hain, Lauren Crawford, Janet Chan, Sammy Wilson and Nicole McKenzie. .39 seconds. The fastest time by two swimmers will be broken here by those down the middle. 34.15 for Georgina Hain, Lauren Crawford 35, Janet Chan 36. But it's Woking that take the fastest time, thanks to Hain. That wraps up our 50-metre breaststroke racing. We now go to the butterfly, so starting at our natural end on the 200 metres, mixed event, and just 13 hardy entrants into the 200 fly.
It's a test start. Take your marks.
Next event, number 19, is the mixed 200-meter butterfly. Just 2 heats. This is heat number 1.
Take your marks.
From lane 2, you are watching Derek Parr for Broomfield. In lane 3, Heather Fowler for Aylesbury. Niels Rasmussen for Royal Tunbridge Wells. Adam Lillian for Dis Otters. And Antonio NG for Out to Swim. Halfway leader, Antonio NG, 127. Just going to have a little glance at the entries. What we, event number 19. Let's jump down, 18. Uh, 3:25 Antonio's entry time, and Derek's is 4:20. So we're bang on it because Derek's come through at 2:03, slightly slower second half, looking at, 4:10-ish. Antonio on his return leg. And 3:25 his entry to beat, and looking comfortable. 20 metres and 25 seconds to play with, should be absolutely fine. Nicely done, 3:17 for Antonio. Solid win for the Out to Swimmer. Next is going to be Adam Lillian. .339. Oh, he's outside his qualifying time by 0.03 of a second. That's annoying. Niels Rasmussen, 3:48, just outside his by 2 seconds. Heather Fowler. One of only 4 entrants in total in the 200 fly in the female competition. Derek Parr, 4:15. Heather, 4:16. Well done, all of you.
Thank you, Cinemas. Clear the pool at the sides, please.
Heat number 2.
Take your marks.
Heat 2 of 2. Timothy Price for Royal Tunbridge Wells, Lauren Presland for St Albans, Bethany Fern for Beachfield, Jason Richardson for Woking, Adam Ackland for Teddington, Sarah Nisbet McIntosh for Lewis, David Wright for Team Luton, and Mike Weed for Herne Bay. Adam Ackland's entry time, 2:30. Jason Richardson looks like a predictive 2:25. Fastest of the female competition, Bethany Fern, a 2:54. Now, Adam turned in 1:09. And he's just done a 32-second split, so he's going to be well under 2:30 and nearer the fastest entry time of Richardson. Fastest time so far, just from the one heat we've had, is 3:17. That won't be any trouble, but of course, all different age groups. And Adam is first year, I'm going to say enjoying his first year in the Vet 50 competition. So I'm going to say that Vet 50 smashing the 200 fly, that is super impressive. I mean, that might be one of my swims of the weekend. That is utterly brilliant. And he's gone double thumbs down. He doesn't like it. He's not happy with that at all. Well, he's torn the field apart. Well, can't please them all. And Bethany Fern, first female home, fastest of the 2 heats, 2:56, and Jason a 2:58. So that is an anomaly, that one of the biggest wins we've seen and the least happy we've seen a winner. His entry time was quicker, to be fair. Next home was David Wright, then Sarah Nisbet McIntosh, Timothy Price, Lauren Presland, and Mike Weed will close the 200 butterfly show for us.
Yeah, thank you, swimmers. Out at the sides, please.
So it looks like Adam's self-assessment is must do better. Confirmation of those results on screen if you're at home. And the backstroke ledges make their way into play for events 20 and 21. It'll be open male first, followed by the female competition. 4 heats in each. and they'll be swimming 100 metres. So officially, event 20, open male, 100 metre backstroke. This is heat 1.
Take your marks.
Heat 1, I know they're on the way back, but Paul Webster for the City of Canterbury, Chris Orchard for Deepings, and Stuart McClellan for Hadley. Stuart McClellan, first winner in 1:42.45. Well done, Stuart. And Chris Orchard and Paul Webster. Chris, 1:54, sub 2 minutes, nicely done. And Paul Webster, final year in the Vet 80 before next year, Vet 85. 100 backstroke completed, 2:13.
Thank you, swimmers out at the sides, please.
Heat number 2.
Take your marks.
Roger Billing, David Sheed, David Bell, Chris Dunn, Alexander Newman-Burke, Paul Cartwright, Ryan Willis and Ben Titchener. Well, almost a straight drag diagonal line from lane 1 to 8. Titchener over Willis over Cartwright. And jump to Dunn, Bell, Sheed and Billing. In fact, Paul Cartwright might sneak into second here. Ahead of Willis, not going to beat Titchener. Well done, Ben, 1:23.49. Swimming for Didcot and Barramundi, one of my favourite named clubs. Alongside Wantage White Horses. Fourth for Chris Dunn, fifth for David Bell.
Thank you, swimmers out at the sides, please.
I think that was Ben's second win today. He was very happy with his win in the morning session. Heat number 3.
Take your marks.
Tomasz Drobicki wins from lane 1 and by some. 1:12. Over 10 seconds off the previous best. That's fantastic, Thomas. Then Alan Luckhurst and Guy Emerson take second and third, both going sub 120. Richard Pavitt, 119,
Yeah, thank
also
you,
goes sub
swimmers, out to the
120.
sides, please.
Ranked out the top half of the field. Heat number 4.
Take your marks.
There was a faster one in the week before. But I don't know what it was.
Heat number 4 of 4. Thomas Schreibeck, Adam Harper, Martin Sartorius, David Moores, Paul Allen, Simon Berry, Andrew Squires and Roger Fairhurst. And this is our last heat. Down the middle is our fastest entrant of all, and he is gliding through the water. That is David Moores, the Otter swimmer, 105.07. Wow, best swim of the lot. 110.69 for Martin Sartorius, 111 for Paul Allen and Thomas Schreibeck. Tell you what, lane number 1's doing quite well today, and Thomas is very happy with that 113.57.
Thank you, sir.
Arms straight in the air.
Please.
Well done, David Moores, 105, absolutely smashed it. Event 21, the female 100 backstroke. This is heat 1.
Stand down, swimmers, relax. Take your marks.
Heat 1. Again, we'll have 4 heats, as we did in the open male competition. Kicking us off, Diana Grote for Aylesbury, Sally Lillian for Dis Otters, Trixie Nisbet for Lewis, Shelley Robinson for Sevenoaks, and Zorica Adams for Camden Swiss Cottage. Zorica Adams will be our first female heat winner. The time is going to be under 2 minutes. It's going to be a 1:53.22. Then jump over to lane 4, Trixie Nisbet. 1:59. Always nice to go sub 2 minutes. One of those nice barriers that every event seems to have. Some lovely cheering in the gallery.
Thank you,
Diana Grote, 2:03.
please.
Lillian, 2:05. And Robinson, 2:06. This is heat number 2.
Take your marks.
From lane 1, we have our full pool this time. Fiona Irwin for Woking, Alison Cox for King's Cormorant, Kirsty Alfredson for Tonbridge, Pauline Hogg for Haventon Waterlooville, Laura Quay for Hastings, Kathleen Tunnicliffe for BC&P, I learnt that yesterday, Cathy Bindle for Mid Sussex, and Vicky Davies for Redhill and Reigate. Is it Black Country and Potteries, I think it was. I have a remarkably successful 280 Masters squad. Of which Kathleen will certainly be a part. And Kathleen is going to win this heat as well. 1:38.51. Well done, Kathleen. She broke world records recently in the 280 plus Masters team. And Pauline Hogg and Cathy Bindle, all under 140. This is heat number 3.
Take your marks.
From the top, Lindsay Kellyone for Wantage White Horses, Alex Smith for Epsom District, Deborah Startin for Dover Lifeguard Club, Lauren Preslin for St Albans Masters, Rona Courtier for Larkfield, Crystal Brennett for Woking, Catherine Markwell for City of Norwich, and Sarah Ambrose for Otter. Catherine Markwell in our penultimate heats of the 100 backstroke in the female competition. First year in the Vet 45s. And she'll win by a couple of body lengths, 1:19.55. Huge time. Sub 120. Second place, 1:23, Sarah Ambrose.
Thank you, swimmers. Out at the
Third
sides,
for Deborah
please.
Startin. This is heat number 4.
Take your marks.
And finally, Charlotte Callow for Medway Maritime, Gemma Cotton-Hunt for Honiton, Helen Cumber for Spencer, Jessica Shaw for Otter, Bethany Collins for Royal Tunbridge Wells Masters, Lindsay Wright for Crawley, Lizzie Guinea for Cotton Barramundi, and Tamami Tujumura for King's Cormorant. One observation before that race, Lizzie Guinea only just made it to the start line. Rushing rain, never run by a poolside. I'll give her a fast walk warning. Made it with a few seconds to spare. Jessica Shaw, the Otter, is going to win this at a canter. And this is going to be a cracking time. 1:19 the fastest so far. And she goes 1:05.91. Excellent work. The hot favourite and delivers. Helen Cumber will be home second, 1:15. Then Lindsay Wright and Bethany Collins, all on 1:15. Just shares a few tenths of a second between them. But Jessica Shaw, the standout
Out at the sides,
in the female 100 backstroke. Next event, number 22, is the open male 100 metre freestyle, heat number 1.
Take your marks.
Paul Webster for City of Canterbury, Nicholas Crew for Medway Maritime, and David Bell for Bracknell. They are your 3. And I haven't looked at the start time, entry times for a while. Let's do that. Where were they? There we are. And it's event number 22. All of these are available online, by the way. Paul Webster was a 1:45. David Bell a 1:21. Okay, so David Bell is going to crush his entry time by 8 seconds. Well done, David. Superb work, mate. Representing Bracknell. Then I'll come Nicholas Crew, who was at a 1:22 entry. A 1:27 finish. Again, it's late in day 10. Just 3 events left We are late into day 2 competition. And Paul Webster, again, that 145 is going to be just out of reach. Still go sub 150. Let's have a look. Go on, Paul. Oh, 150.37.
Thank you, swimmers. Out at the sides, please.
So those results confirmed, or just waiting for confirmation actually. Haven't been on the screen at home yet. Or maybe I missed that. Over to heat number 2.
Take your marks.
Now, there might be an anomaly here because Jonathan Day is not a late entrant, but I think maybe in the wrong heat here because he's, on my paperwork at least, just written on it in pen. So I think he should really, on qualifying time, be much, much further down the running order here. Got 10 heats in total. But he's there in heat number 8, so he's almost in a little race of his own. Other than that, Kevin Whitby for Hythe, John Biggs for Royal Tunbridge Wells, Robert Finian for Out to Swim, Roger Startin for Dover Lifeguards, Timothy O'Brien for City of Southampton, David Norwood for Medway Maritime, and David Champ for King's Cormorant. And Jonathan Day will cruise home in under 60 seconds, 58.24. Well done, Jonathan. I'd like to know what he should have been in, actually. Let's try and do some maths. Probably in heat number 8 or 9. Second home, the original lineup winner, David Champ, 1:15.84. David's entry, 1:15.68, so beats it by just outside. By a 10th. Heat number 3.
Take your marks.
Alex Newman-Burke for Teddington in 1, and Donald Carville for Camden Swiss Cottage, Paul Reynolds for Faversham, Mark Sawyer for Dover Lifeguards, Matthew Winsmith for Woking, Chris Dunn for Spencer, Steve Hartley for Bracknell, and Gordon Hills for Rushmore Royals. Now, very close with 25 to swim. Gordon Hills is in front. Then I'm looking over towards lane 3, Paul Reynolds. But coming through are Winsmith, Dunn and Hartley. Oh, this is going to go right down to the final stroke. Nipping out in front, isn't it? Paul Reynolds. He looked good at 75, and he's carried on, just eking out this small. Chris Dunn gets it. Didn't see that. 1:13.49. What a superb final 5 metres for Chris. Taking it by 1600ths. And he looks out of breath too. All the effort went in there. Blimey. We spoke to him earlier, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was another world record, because he's had 2 already this weekend. He's in a vet 80, is Chris, and he's just absolutely smashed the 100 freestyle in 1:13.49. Vet 80. Heat number 4.
Take your marks.
Larry Chan in lane 1 for Mid-Sussex, then Gordon Cootes for Totnes, Ashley Moss for Out to Swim, Sanjay Mehta for Enfield, Richard Pavitt for Bracknell, teammate Chris Enger for Bracknell, McDonald Eowyn for Out to Swim, and Leon Derek Glazoff for Campden Swiss Cottage. And this one will be all for Leon Derek Glazoff. In 5, Richard Pravitt is in second, holding off Mehta and Enger. Top stuff, Leon, 106.28, super time. Sub 110s also for Pravitt and Mehta. Coops and Enger just outside in 111s. Start seeing a lot of, well, we edge towards sub 60 seconds and then we'll get plenty in the last couple of heats. Heat number 5.
Take your marks.
Paul Cartwright for Camden Swiss Cottage, Daniel Bromley for Didcot and Barramundi, Simon Berry for Spencer, Ray Shewell Cooper for Borough of Newham, Nick Mellor for City of Brighton and Hove, Matthias Gikias for Hackney Anaconda, John Turner for Hythe, and Philip Disley for South Downs Trojans. Nick Mellor for Brighton and Hove in lane 5 in the white cap leads the way. To his right-hand side, Matthias Kikias and John Turner. They're just falling away slightly. He'll lead the way in towards the wall. Nick Mellor, 105.76, wins it by about a third of a second. Kikias, Turner and Disley. Barely looks out of breath. Heat number 6.
Take your marks.
Clive Benson for Hart, Run Me Out for Teddington, Richard Valler for Alton and District, Matthew Sismus for Ryde, Adam Harper for Mid-Sussex Marlins, James Roberts for Tigers of Jersey, Derek Hutton for Dover Lifeguard, and David Henderson for City of Brighton and Hove. And it is Henderson that leads through 50 metres halfway. Back they come, got James Roberts for some company, 2 lanes to his left-hand side. Other than that, they'll fight amongst themselves. Will there be any change in your top 2? There might be. Coming into the final 5 metres. Is Henderson running out of steam as Roberts found another gear? Oh, Roberts gets it, 102.38. Just by a couple of tenths and change. Henderson led for 95 metres in that one. Matthew Susmus best of the rest.
Thank you, swimmers. Out at the sides, please.
This is heat number 7.
Take your marks.
Alex Goforth for Hastings, Matt Nash for City of Southampton, Simon Griffiths for Teddington, Ian Woodward for Eastbourne, Chris Millard for Medway Maritime, James Grumman for Royal Tunbridge Wells, Alberto Pilotti for Portsmouth North Sea, and Benjamin Garfield for Tonbridge. James Grimmond in the green trunks in 6. Now we had a late catch in the previous heat. James won't be caught here in heat number 7. 59.68, first man to go sub 60, second man to go sub 60 seconds, because we had one in heat number 2, which was Jonathan Day, who was out of position. Well done, James. Heat number 8.
Take your marks.
Andrew Vatushko for Mid Sussex Marlins, Jake Watson for King's Cormorant, Martin Schofield for Crawley, Sean Friend for Dover Lifeguards, Aidan Dunn for Camden Swiss Cottage, Ryan Clay for Portsmouth North Sea, Sergei Mirzouev for Frognal, and Dan Walker for Crawley. I think Sergei Mirzouev is the only Frognal representative here this weekend. Also got Rob from Trafford Metro knocking around. He's the only one for them. I like to shout about the solo flag bearers. Dan Walker in 8 and Aidan Dunn in 5 lead into the final 25 of Heat 8. And it will be a close finish, but Dan Walker should get there. Yes, he does. 59.28, fastest time through 8 of 10 heats. 2 to come. Hayden Dunn just outside 60 seconds. This is heat number 9.
Take your marks.
Ben Coles for Brighton and Hove, Craig Steinoff for Hailsham. Then we jump to Ethan Harris for City and Norwich, William Roberts for Otter, Leon Smith for Teddington, James Angel for Epsom District, and Brendan Giltonane for Basingstoke. James Angel in Southern, tearing through the water over a body length advantage over William Roberts in 5th and Leon Smith in 6th. Here's to lose this in the last quarter, not going to happen. 59.28 to set the new fastest time. He goes 56.54, superb, well done. Roberts 57, Leon Smith 58, Craig Steinoff 59. All the numbers. And this is heat number 10.
Take your marks.
Martin Bennell, Mark Tuddenham, James Blaby, Matthew Wright, Jamie Cunningham, Matt Rogers, Dan Wass and Liam Small. There's been some brilliant races between these guys this weekend, particularly Tuddenham, Blaby, Wright, Cunningham, Rogers, those guys down the centre. The youngsters in this Masters competition, those ones all sub 30 years of age. Matthew Wright leading over Cunningham, Rogers and Blaby. These chaps storming through the centre. It will be Matthew Wright's victory. 53.10, fantastic. 54s for Blaby, Cunningham and Rogers, but in the order, Rogers 0.26, Blaby 0.76.
Yeah, clear the pool.
And 500s back, Jamie Cunningham. Super close, as we expected. This is event number 23, the female 100 meter freestyle, heat number 1.
Take your marks.
And we're now on our penultimate event of the entire weekend. Event 23 of 24. The 7 heats of the female 100 free. And heat number 1 is Sue McDowell for Royal Tunbridge Wells, Patricia Teal for Bexley, Shona Faulkner for South Downs Trojans, Alison Gwynn for Mid Sussex Marlins, Sharon McClellan for Hadley, Trixie Nisbet for Lewis, and Zena Hassel for Royal Tunbridge Wells Masters. And Sharon McClellan is having potentially her final swim. Of course, there's the mixed 400 metres IM to come. So she might swim in that, but for a lot of these swimmers now, this is their last swim of the weekend. I just want to do a bit of training later. 1:27.97. Excellent work, Sharon. Alison Gwynn 1:31 and Shona Faulkner 1:35. They're our first 3 home. And then Trixie Nisbet just before Patricia Teal and Zena Hassel. Sue McDowell will close out for RTW. And she will go just under sub 2 minutes, 1:55. Heat number 2.
Take your marks.
Heat 2, you are watching Fiona Irwin for Woking in lane number 1. And Gillian Ferguson for Crawley in her home pool. Julia Dorr for Redhill and Reigate. Amanda Doyle for King's Cormorant. Janet Wood for Stroud Masters. Zorica Adams for Camden Swiss Cottage. Kirsty Alfredson for Tonbridge. And Tiggy Wood for Lewis. Between 3, but maybe going the way of Amanda Doyle in 4, although Tiggy Wood coming back in 8. Who gets the touch? Doyle, 1:28.98. And Tiggy Wood and Kirsty Alfredson join her, going sub 90 seconds. That's a nice little barrier to break through on the 100 freestyle. Heat number 3.
Take your marks.
Mills, Avery, Ho, Andrews, King, Fowler, Susmus and Kemp. And it is the latter, as we've seen plenty of times this weekend, in lane number 8, leading the way. Although today we've seen many more wins from on the far side of the pool than we saw yesterday. Can't read anything into that other than coincidence. Maybe they inspire each other, and Stephanie will take the win. 1:16.48, massive new fastest time in the event. Also sub 1:20, Kate King and Lock Hang Ho. Well done, girls, or ladies, I should say. Yeah, I commentate on a lot of junior swimming. Those results are confirmed for heat number 3. Heat number 4.
Take your marks.
Becky Owen for Atlantis, Eleanor Matthews for Dover Lifeguard, Abigail Hunt for Wickham District, Anna Hamilton for Aylesbury, Nicola Wright for Crawley, Emma Butterwick for Farnham, Laura Cook for Bracknell and Jodie Cox for Portsmouth North Sea. Lane 6, Emma Butterwick, representing Farnham, one of our younger members of the competition this weekend. Youth over experience then in heat number 4, a 1:10.43, fastest time of the event with 3 heats to go. It was Laura Cook and Anna Hamilton closest by. Well done, Emma. This is heat number 5.
Take your marks.
I have just been handed a pair of Apple AirPods, so if you've lost your AirPods, I may have them. They're in a particular colour case. So if you've lost a pair of AirPods, please don't go home until you've come and spoken to me. Just up back of the gallery, starting end. Heat 5, Nicola Mellor, Charlotte Callow, Anne-Marie Adams, Louise Brass, Karen Gendon, Nicole McKenzie, Natalia Gadorenko and Lucy Young. And 3 members of Medway Maritime in here, Callow, Adams and Brass in lanes 2, 3 and 4. And one of them leads the way, Charlotte Callow in the pink cap, far side. In fact, it's both sides of the pool that lead the way at the moment, because Lucy Young's going well in 8. Next door to Callow is Nicola Mellor in 1. And Gadorenko inside Young in 7. But it will be Charlotte Callow. Led her halfway, led all the way to the finish, 1:08.73. First girl to go, sub 1:10, joined by Nicola Mellor, and several 1:10s for Brass, Gadorenko and Young. Very happy, Charlotte Callow. Heat number 6.
Take your marks.
From lane 1, Lauren Presland for St Albans, Stacey Jo Richards for Didcot and Barramundi, Eloise Trevis, a teammate Next door in 3, Jay Weston for Flitwick, Bethany Thuringer for Windsor, Emma Eads for Mid-Sussex, Ella Hale for Farnham, and Lauren Askew for Atlantis. A trio on the near side, led by Emma Eads and Ella Hale and Lauren Askew. Just one eye on Stacey Jo Richards in lane 2 as well. But Eads takes it, 107.44. And yeah, Richards did come through, 109 on the button to take second. Third, in fact. Ella Hale, second place. Heat number 7.
Take your marks.
Final heat. Molly Renton for Camden Swiss Cottage, Christina Bramley. Sammy Wilson for Rushmore Royals, Jess Shaw for Otter, Georgina Hain for Woking, Sorrel Kelly for South Downs Trojan, Helen Cumber for Spencer, and Deborah Arezu for Windsor. The reason I paused there for Christina Bramley, trying to work out the club, it's Calverton and Bingham Swimming Club. Just had Cal Bing on the paper. Now we know, well now I know. Jessica Shaw and Georgina Hain will go side by side to set the fastest time of the event. No separation. Will it be a tie? Close, 101.18. Jessica Shaw takes it by a couple of tenths. Georgina Hain, very close second. Great way to finish that event. Sammy Wilson takes third.
Out at the sides, please.
And we have just one more event to come. Event number 24. Event 24, the mixed 400 IM, 3 heats. This is heat number 1.
Take your marks.
All right, 3 heats to close the show. We've got David Proctor for Leatherhead in lane 2. Kathy Bidnall for Mid-Sussex Marlins in 3, sorry. Laura Lopez Bonilla for Dover Lifeguards in 4. Chris Dunn for Spencer in 5. And Darren Creasy for Aylesbury in 6. Can't get me words out. go back to the entry times for our last event. Now there were officially 27 entrants, but we're only going to see 8, 16, 21. David Proctor was an 8:25 entry, and Darren Creasy, who will be the fastest in this heat on paper, 7:18, so between 7 and 8.5 minutes-ish. Chris Dunn in lane 5 for Spencer. Vet 80 I mentioned earlier, already set 2 world records this weekend, potentially 3. Haven't heard confirmation of the third one yet, but I reckon we're probably looking at one here as well. If I can find the current record in the next 7 minutes, I'll have a quick look. So lane 5, looks like Chris has called it a day. But it has been a successful weekend, to say the least. And we'll see Chris again very soon, I'm sure. And just as I found it too, 7:12:03 is the Vet 80 400 IM world record, set by Masaru Shinki of Japan in 2021. Darren Creasy was a 7:18 coming in, and he's just coming up to finish his third leg. Laura's entry time was a 7:56. Kathy's an 8:10, and David Proctor's the 8:25 we mentioned earlier. And back she comes, Darren Creasy, representing Aylesbury. First time this year in the Vet 55 category. And she touches home 7:17.51. So 49 hundredths quicker than her entry time. Well done, Darren. It was all worth it. On their way back are Kathy Bidnell and Laura Lopez Bonilla, and David Proctor will turn now for the final time. Kathy Bidnell's entry one last time was 8:10. So she's going to just miss out on that, I think. Yeah. Second in the heat, Kathy Bidnell, 8:21, and Laura Lopez Bonilla, 8:24. And that will leave David Proctor to round things out. Representing Leatherhead, final swim for all these swimmers this championship. And it's an 8:39. Well done, everybody. This is heat number 2.
Take your marks.
From lane 1, representing Lewis, Jennifer Johnston, and Dover Lifeguard Club, Deborah Startin. Royal Tunbridge Wells Masters, Niels Rasmussen. Spencer teammates in the middle, Esther Isepi and Amanda Heath. Dis Otters, Adam Lillian in 6. Royal Tunbridge Wells Masters again, this time Timothy Price in Southern. And Dover Lifeguard for the second time in heat 2 with Louis Martin in lane 8. Right, as we finish our first leg, entry times in the region of Jenny Johnston 7:09, and at the other end, Louis Martin was 6:33. So only 35 seconds or so between front to back. But Timothy Price is not playing properly. He's far too far ahead. Just joining the Vet 50 club this year, Timothy Price. 6:35 entry, just a couple of seconds shy. Although I always put a question mark when it's bang on a second, like 6:35.00. Sometimes a short course calculation, I'm not always accurate. So Timothy Price is flying along. Behind him in second place, currently Deborah Startin. Then Amanda Heath and Louis Martin. Continues to be in control on the backstroke, onto the breaststroke for Timothy Price, halfway there. Deborah retains second place. 200 down, 200 to swim. And Amanda Heath, and it was Louis Martin, it is still the same. So no change at the end of the backstroke. Now, the lead has not grown over the course of the 100 breaststroke. Timothy Price still leads comfortably over Amanda Heath. But if anything, I'd say that's actually narrowed a little bit. Getting a little bit closer. So 5:01 onto the freestyle. Yeah, it's definitely closer than it was 100 metres ago. There's still a bit too much to catch up, I imagine. Then we had Deborah starting and Louis Martin in third and fourth. That looks to be the same as well. In fact, Louis Martin's just gone into third place over fourth place, Deborah now. But with so few heats, only 3 heats in this, and was it 21 entrants, mixed as well, so cut 21 and a half, you got 10 and a bit. And multiple age groups. There's actually, of the front 4, Timothy Price and Louis Martin are in the same age group, the vet 50s. Other than that, everybody's swimming to their own tune. It's led from the off, Timothy Martin never looked in too much danger. It closed up a little bit during the breaststroke, and then it's been stretched out again over the freestyle, fourth and final leg. And it's going to be a pretty good time too, in the sub 6:30s maybe. It is a 6:28.92. Well done, Timothy. That was cracking from start to finish, mate. Brilliant. Entry was 6:35, so it took 7 seconds off his entry. And then Amanda Heath, always in second place and always top lady. 6:45 entry, beats that by 3/4 of a second. Louis Martin third, and Deborah starting fourth. That was always the top 4. They all go sub 7 minutes. As does Adam Lillian and Esther Seppi. Jennifer Johnston of Lewis will come home in 7th, and joined by Niels Rasmussen. I believe will all be leading their own age categories at the minute, with 1 heat to come. This is heat number 3.
Take your marks.
Final heats of the weekend. Simon Griffiths for Teddington in lane 1. And Richard Gardner for Royal Tunbridge Wells Masters in 2. Tomasz Dobricki, Didcot and Barramundi in 3. Jason Richardson for Woking in 4. Conor Layery for Dover Lifeguard Club in 5. Sean Callow for Medway Maritime in 6. Roger Fairhurst for Teddington in 7. And Sarah Nisbet McIntosh for Lewis in 8. And our fastest time so far, 6:28. Well, Jason Richardson has a entry time of 5:20, as does Conor Layery, in fact. Peter Dixon, who's not with us. Tomasz Dobricki is the next fastest, 5:36. And that is why those 3 guys, because the fastest time after that was 5:50 and upwards. So we are expecting to see these 3 guys take 1, 2, 3, but all 3 of them just are in different age brackets. Got Conor Layery's 29, Jason Richardson 31, and Dobricki's 36. So, bit of a cliche, but they're all winners. But for us, it'll be a great show, this. Nobody will be more conscious of the situation than Jason Richardson, flanked left and right by Dobricki and Layery. Dobricki and Layery won't necessarily know the opposite one of them is the other side of Jason Richardson. See, Conor Layery just had a look there, so he will know that Richardson and Dobricki's in a 3-man race for the heat win. Just looking for some little glances left and right. Behind the front 3, now you've got in 6 and 7, Sean Callow and Roger Fairhurst. In lane 2, Richard Gardner. And the only female that made it into the final 8 shootout, Sarah Nisbet McIntosh, representing Lewis. She's in lane 8. Well, it's still 3, and they're coming into the final 100 metres on the freestyle. It's going to be a 100-metre sprint to win the last race of the weekend. And it's Conor Layery who will just move into pole position. He'll turn her first. Turn to his left, had a quick glance, and the others turn to their right, so everybody knows the situation. All 3 are aware that there's 3 of them in this race. And now Jason Richardson has turned on the afterburners. Because after looking like he was being challenged with 100 to swim, with about 50 to go, he says, no, I'm having none of that. And he moves away towards the timing pack for the final time this weekend. Conor Lowry to his right, and almost, he's made up about 8-9 metres here in the course of 50. He was just waiting and waiting. He knew exactly what he was doing by the sound of things. 5:33 winning time. Then comes Conor Lowry and Tomasz Dobricki. And Jason Richardson, double thumbs up. Fantastic win, and rightly so. Looks a little bit out of breath, and had to really go for that in the latter stages. He was under pressure pretty much all the way. Fourth place, Sean Callow. Then comes Roger Fairhurst. Next will be Richard Gardner, just outside 6 minutes. And we'll see Simon Griffiths in the Vet 60, oldest competitor to make it into the final heat, 6:09. And Sarah Nisbet McIntosh, the only female in the final 8 heat. Well done, Sarah. And she touches home, 6:24. So big well done to everybody, all swimmers across today and yesterday. I make it 7 world records we saw in the more senior categories. Incredible showing. Great team and individual performances. Thank you to our officials down at poolside. Wonderful work as always across 2 days. Your work is much appreciated. And wherever you are travelling to, please get there safely. We finished very early, over an hour early ahead of schedule, which is just unheard of. So well done everyone, like a well-oiled machine this weekend in the South East Long Course. So we'll see you at a poolside very soon. Have a safe journey home. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And we'll see you next time from the South East Long Course Championships here at K2 Crawley. It is thank you and good night. Oh, and don't forget to collect your medals. And I've still got a pair of AirPods here. I will give them to those